All right, what up, Trader Nation? So in this lesson, lesson number 2, we're going to talk about what is a PIP. Okay, so a PIP is basically how us as traders make our money. Okay, um, I don't want to muddy the waters with this, so I'm going to get kind of right into it. I got my trusty whiteboard. Let's kind of break this thing down. Okay, so first off, thing you need to know is a PIP. Okay, and how it looks in our pairs. And I'll actually get into the charts with this and show you there. So we're going to stay with the Euro USD, which is the most traded currency pair in the Forex market. Okay. Um, and that's the most traded session too. And we'll talk about sessions later when we get into time frames and time zones and things of that nature. But right now, just talking about a pair and trying to understand what a PIP is. Now, this pair is going to be priced at a certain price. The euro will have a price, and the USD, the dollar, will have a price. One is called the bid price, and what is called the asking price. Okay. The bid price will be, if I'm not mistaken, the USD, and the euro is going to be your asking price, okay, because this is going to be the first one. All right, so the euro will say is priced at $1, 1.1051. Okay, that's going to be the price right now. As that price moves to 1.1091, we have increased in pips by 40 pips because we're counting that last decimal place. So as I go from 51 to 91, I've increased 40 pips. Okay, let's repeat that again. Let's make sure we understand that. Okay, so we have a price, a bid price and an asking price that's tied to that pair. All right. As the price moves up or down, we are focusing on that fourth decimal place, that last digit, okay, in this number as it increases up or down. Remember, we can make money as the price goes up or as the price goes down. It's a beautiful thing. This price increases to 1.1091. That is a 40 pip increase. Okay, that's how we make our money. Well, how do we make our money? Well, on that particular change in price, we're going to put down a small wager. We're risking something. We're going to risk what we call lots. Okay, and there can be 3 forms of lots. You can have a micro lot, you can have a mini lot, or you can have a standard lot. Now, most traders want to get to the standard lot size, and I'll start with that one first. A standard lot size means that $1, okay, or 1,000 units, because some platforms have it differently. Okay, you either have $1 or 1,000 units. Okay, if you were to get an increase of say 10 pips, that would be $100. Basically, $10 a pip is what you're doing. If that makes sense. $10, 10, 20, yeah. So it's $10 a pip. Okay, versus a mini lot, which would be 10,000 units, okay? 10 pips gives you $10. You're basically sliding that decimal over one particular place. A micro lot is 1 cent or 1,000 units, which would give you basically on 10 pips, you would have $1. So off of this trade right here, if we took this trade on the Euro USD and price increased from the 1.1051 and move to the 1.1091, which is an increase of 40 pips, and say we had a standard lot size on that, which means for every 10 pips, we got $100. 40 pips, doing the math, is going to give you a $400 profit with one standard lot. So you risked $1 or you wagered $1 on this particular trade. Okay, your risk is a little bit something different. And your profit, if you hit with this particular move here, would have been 40 pips, which would equal you $400, okay, at a standard lot. At a mini lot, wagering 10 cents, okay, which is basically every 10 pips, you're going to get $10. So you would have ended up with $40 on this 40 pip trade. And this micro lot, which is wagering 1 cent, you're looking at roughly $4 that you would have pulled out on that particular move. So it all varies just depending on the lot size that you put down. You can really see how this can start you off with any size account, and you can really make some money. Okay, you don't have to have a lot of money to trade in this market. You used to have at least $1 million to be able to trade the forex market until they opened it up to retail traders, and now we don't have to have those types of accounts. Okay, there is a question that does come up though, like what is the actual amount or a good amount to start with where you can actually go right into trading standard lots? I don't suggest that. I suggest that you kind of start with the micros and the minis to begin with, getting used to that. We really don't want to risk, and this goes into another lesson, more than 1 to 2% of our capital. So when we're actually trading, and we'll talk about that later. But this structure right here is just basically how the pips work, what you're buying. So to recap again, we're looking for that fourth decimal place. All right. On the Euro USD, you have a bid and an asking price. Okay, we're trying to buy that fourth decimal place. It's called a pip. All right. As it increases or decreases, either way, we can make money. In this case, the price moved up 40 pips. We went from 0.1051 to 0.1091. That's an increase of 40 pips. If we would have wagered a micro lot, every 10 pips, $1 on this particular trade, we would have ended up with $4. Mini lot, 10 cents. Every 10 pips is $10. On this particular trade, we would have got $40. Standard lot, big boy, what everybody wants to get to, wagering $1 on this particular trade. 10 pips is $100. 40 pips would have gave us $400 in profit with this one move right here. Okay, let's go ahead and now and take a look at the charts and kind of see how this is set up there for you. So this platform that I'm using right now is the MetaTrader 4 platform. It's one of the more common platforms out there. There are a lot of different platforms that you can get involved with. If you guys want a video on platforms, we can throw that in when we talk about brokers, because they're usually tied to your broker. But this particular platform, I did get from my broker. I use Traders Way, and this platform is the MetaTrader 4 platform that they use. Now, first thing I draw your attention to is what we call the market watch. So this is pretty much all of the pairs that you would be looking at. Okay, you compare this to the stock market and you can see that this is definitely a big difference. I don't have all those companies on here. I only got a couple of them. All right, and from there we're just going to go to one pair. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a chart. Clicking on it, we'll go open. It's in my chart window. Okay, and here is the Euro USD. I know because it's down at the bottom of my tab down here, Euro USD, and it's also listed at the top of my chart. Okay, when I got that open, I go ahead and close this down. Now, actually, let's go back to it one more time because there was something in there that I wanted to show you. Where was it? Okay, here. So right in this market watch, we can see three things actually. You see the symbol, which is the pair, okay, Euro USD. Then we get into, like I said, there's two prices. There is a bid price and there is a asking price, okay? So the bid price would be your selling price, and the ad price, or the asking price, is going to be your buying price, okay? Your buying price. Draw your attention to the right side of the screen. Here is your matrix. You have a date and time along the bottom, and you have a price along the side. Okay. We zoom in, we can see. So right now, the Euro USD price is sitting at 1.14229. Okay. The high of that particular so far is 1.14446. Okay. And again, that number is coming from this side right over here on your platform. Take a look at that. You're looking at the fourth decimal place at that end. All right, the fourth decimal place. MetaTrader has a ruler. If you right click and hold down, you can scroll through. Okay, and that'll track the pips for you too as well. All right, but that's where you would find the pips here. That's what you're buying. You see your bid price over here. You see your asking price, and you have your symbols on this side. Euro USD, Pound USD, USD. If I hover over it, you can see it saying in there the Swiss franc, US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Okay, US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Okay, those are your majors. You get into some of these other ones down here. Euro dollar versus the Turkish lira. All right. US dollar versus the Turkish lira. Okay. US dollar versus the Swedish. Okay. You got a little bit of everything. All right. That's pretty much that on pips, you guys. If you have any questions, drop the questions at the bottom. If you like this video, if it was helpful, make sure you like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel at the FX Professor, and also like our Forex Hacker page on Facebook. Until then, you guys, again, Pip, it ain't easy, man, but somebody's got to do it, and it might as well be you and I. So you guys have a good one. Until the next time.